Hi, I am Madeline James, and there's something that we need to get ready for to continue with the Cultural World Building Guide series on my channel. So if you've been following along, we're kind of working through setting up all of our background society culture stuff so that we know what's going on where throughout history. And the next video is going to be on like the Age of Discovery kind of a period. But we're getting very close to the period where we're going to be talking a lot more specifically about individual cultures and individual societies and kingdoms and stuff like that. And the problem with doing that for an example world is that we have an entire world to play with and we do not have time to do the entire map, right? That would be ridiculous. So I thought it would be fun in talking through some of the people from my Discord and the wonderful Ross Bay Geo about this. There are a few different ways to go about world building when you have a story in mind. And obviously I'm a writer, that's kind of the perspective that I come at this from. But you can kind of come from a world first approach where you're looking at the world and the cultures and through the guide as we're going and finding the stories that fit into that. And then there's also the other approach where you have a very specific story in mind, a very specific character in mind, and you're building the world to serve that character, right? Very different approaches. But what we are going to do is we are going to set up, I think, 3 different scenarios. So societies, stories, that sort of thing, for us to go deeper into world building. And for these, we're going to come at it from different approaches. So we'll have a rough idea of this is the kind of story genre we're trying to tell. Maybe we'll even have a full plot or a subgenre or some tropes or something like that. And we obviously aren't going to get into actually plotting out a story or anything, but we're going to be thinking about the perspective with which people are going to be seeing and viewing this kind of a world, right? Checking my calendar, but I think next week, Wednesday the 11th at 1 p.m. Eastern time, we are going to go live and sort of build out these scenarios. Oh my goodness. Live together. It's really loud outside. I hope you can't hear it. But yes, we're going to work through each of those, scenarios that we want to create. I'll have some rough guidelines that I think I want us to go with, and we'll just sort of brainstorm and figure out what these are going to look like. And those are going to be the settings that we are going to be carrying forward with through all the specific parts of this guide series to kind of have an example of how to kind of create these things. Obviously, we're creating a fantasy world here, so these are all going to be fantasy stories. They're all going to be set in roughly the same time period, which is going to be sort of a late, Middle Ages sort of time frame. But other than that, we can have some fun with this. If people have ideas or suggestions, I also posted this video to tell people that live video is going to happen, and also so that people can post in the comments if they have ideas and suggestions if they are not going to be able to create our scenario building live stream next week. So yes, that live stream is going to be set up already. I'll have it linked down below. Go ahead and hit the notify thing if you want to be added to it. Put it in your calendar, whatever works, and start doing some brainstorming. If you won't be able to make the live stream, just put some stuff in the comments below, and I'll try and gather up those notes and bring them with me to the live stream while we're going to create these sort of scenarios for our world building guide. But yeah, I'm excited for this. I hope it's going to be fun and give a little bit more interest and depth to this guide that right now has just been a very vague sort of example world with no purpose other than me using it as an example for you guys, right? But yeah, that's all I had for today. So yeah, check out my Patreon if you hadn't already, and I will see you in the next one.